As long as you put 110% into everything that you do, the admissions committee will do the rest and you will get that acceptance letter.
Okay, I caught the whip and wrapped it with the shiny collar. Speak the deal, she $20. Cause with me right now, I'm up on the night out. Ooh, she went clean up out too. From to back, I'm willing to bet the niggas is back. I'm the click.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Haley J. Welcome back to my channel. We are back with another video, and this will actually be a 3-part series about applying to medical school. I have applied to medical school once. I've gone through one cycle. It was the 2022 through 2023 cycle, and I just wanted to share all of my experiences, tips, tricks, ups, downs, and everything in between for you guys. And if you see me looking off to the side, I just have a couple of notes written down because I am organized, baby. I got the whole thing written down, so we're gonna get into it, all right? What does it mean to apply to medical school? It means that you are now embarking on yet another 4-year journey, and you are one step closer to that white coat, baby. If you're watching this video right now, that means you are an aspiring physician, so you could be in high school or the first few years of college, or if you're a little bit closer to where you're applying, you're either a junior in college, senior in college, or a non-traditional student who could be doing just a plethora of things. So to apply to most, keyword most, medical schools, you will apply through like a portal. So it's similar to like when you apply to college, everything was with the Common App. So for medical schools, it's called AMCAS, which is the American Medical College Application Service. I still don't know that name by heart, sorry. So it's similar to the Common App to where you put all of your information in this one platform, and then once you are done and want to submit, it will send it off to all the colleges that are AMCAS relying, I guess you would say. Like they do all their information, all their application services through AMCAS. Do keep in mind that not every school uses AMCAS, and I will say I was a victim of thinking that every school did everything through AMCAS. It was a Texas school that I went to apply to, and I didn't see their name on the list, so I gave them a call, and they let me know that they actually do their own system. Most of the Texas schools did, if I'm not mistaken, have their own system of application, so you have to do a separate forum, separate thing for Texas schools. So make sure to do your research on those schools that you want to apply to and see if they're on AMCAS or not, because also that means they have different deadlines than AMCAS. So when it's time to get your whole application ready, I always recommend, and I'll share more tips at the end about kind of when to start your application. I say definitely start a couple months before AMCAS opens, and AMCAS actually keeps everybody updated when the application will open. It's usually the first week of May. And again, look on AMCAS to see the exact date because those change each year. But the AMCAS will usually open the first week of May, and through that you will submit transcripts, letters of recommendation, personal statement, and everything else in between. You'll fill out a couple of demographic things. To have everything completed, it is nice, recommended, whatever the case is, to submit as soon as possible. If it's the first day, that's great, because there are thousands, tens of thousands of other applicants who are applying that cycle, who are trying to get it in as soon as possible to get approved by AMCAS. So if you can get, you know, top on the list, then you're golden. However, that does not mean that you are at an unfair advantage if you don't submit the first day or, you know, within the first few days. I submitted about, I think, a week or so after the application had opened, and I still got my secondaries at a good time, so definitely keep that in mind. So I kind of want to talk about like when to start doing and start preparing your primaries now. And so I say definitely start a couple months beforehand, even thinking about your letters of recommendation. If you're trying to get a staff member, faculty, whoever it is, it doesn't matter even if they're a staff or faculty, whoever it is, you want to give them enough time to receive your email if you don't go in person, write up something throughout their own life's responsibilities and give it to you so you can submit. Also, you want to have enough time to get your transcripts sent in. A lot of times you want your transcripts sent through email or electronically and not through the mail, because if you send it through the mail, of course you want to expedite it, but that also means more money. If you do it through technology, digitally, less money and definitely a lot quicker. But still, technology can mess up, so you just want to make sure you have enough time to work out all the kinks. Also, I say give yourself enough time to go through all your activities, research, volunteering. You also have to write out descriptions of every single thing that you did. So with that being said, you also need somebody to proofread them. Give that person enough time to read those within their own life's responsibilities as well. So everything is just working on your time, also working on other people's time. All I'm saying is that everything just takes a lot of time, so just give yourself some grace. Give yourself a good period so you don't feel rushed, overwhelmed. You have everything done the way that you want it to be done. and you can submit at the time that you want to submit it. Now on to the next section of the primaries that I think is huge is payment. Baby, listen. I knew that payment was a big thing for the primaries, but the numbers kept adding up and I just wasn't ready. I'm not gonna lie. And I was just mad because there was a way to get it waived and I just did not prepare myself to even do the research to figure out how to get it waived, and then I missed the deadline, but I'll talk about that later. So the first step of like payment for the primaries, I'm gonna start with the MCAT, honestly, because it is a part of your primaries. The MCAT, you sign up for it in October every single year. MCAT is around like $330 with tax. So just make sure you have enough saved up for the MCAT. Next exam that is pretty new to the medical school application cycle is the Casper exam. And the Casper exam was implemented just a couple years ago to the medical school cycle. It's a, I don't want to describe it. The Casper exam, I'm just gonna read it from the actual website, is an online open response situational judgment test, SJT, and it asks what you would do in a tough situation and more importantly, why. This helps determine behavioral tendencies of applicants pursuing people-centered professions. So, the Casper exam is $85 and then they give you 8 free schools to apply to, and that's when I did it. Things might change, so again, do your research. And then any additional schools after the 8 were $15 each. Another thing that you will need to pay for is your transcripts. Even if it's electronic, you're gonna have to pay. Is that a scam? It sure is. I think when I sent in my transcripts electronically, it was, I think, $10 or $15, but most schools will charge around 10 to 20, so just keep that in mind. And then if you send it through the mail, you definitely want to expedite it because you don't know what's going to happen, especially if it's around a holiday. You're going to have to expedite it, and that could be, I don't know how much that would be, but take that into account. And then next you will have to pay for the application. And actually this year, this cycle 2023 through 2024, they actually increased the prices. And I got that from a friend of mine that I follow on Instagram. But they've increased the application fee to $175 for the first school. And $40 per school after that. It was not that much when I did it. It definitely went up like, I think maybe $10 or $20 for like each part, but either way, crazy. Updates like that are the reason why it's important to follow, you know, any pre-med pages online and definitely the AAMC so you can see those updates. So when it's time to apply, you definitely know what you're getting yourself into and what you need to pay for. Now, depending on how big your list of schools is will determine your total cost. Definitely limited myself on the amount of schools I applied to, and I wish I hadn't, but I was just so stuck on the cost because I think I applied to maybe 12 or 13, I can't remember, but my cost ended up being, I think, I want to say $600 or $700, I can't remember specifically, and that was just so crazy to me. But when you go on like these forums like Reddit and you talk to other people, like the golden range is like 15 and 20. So you're definitely gonna be spending close to $1,000 if you stick to the 15 and 20 range. I wish I hadn't limited myself just so I could increase my chances of getting in, but also just was not prepared for that number at the end of it. Next time I apply, I'm definitely gonna be more prepared and I'll have the money to drop the bag. But I wanna make sure that y'all don't limit yourself and you have all the opportunity to apply to every school that you wanna apply to and increase those chances of getting your acceptance letter. Okay, I have to fix my light, it went out. So hopefully the lighting's still the same. I said there are ways to get down the cost of your application fee for like the schools and everything, and I wish I had known this at the time, so I want to share it with you guys. It's called the Fee Assistance Program, FAP, if you've never heard about it. It's a program that offers discounted prices, free MCAT prep, access to the MSAR online database, which is where you can see all the schools and like their MCAT requirement, GPA requirement, everything like that. It's pretty reliable, I will say. I bought it. It takes into account your parents' income and stuff like that, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to be approved for it. However, that doesn't mean I shouldn't have tried. I just missed the deadline for it. So it's something that you fill out. There's also financial aid questions that you'll have to fill out, so you may need your parents' help for that if you can. No, I didn't qualify for it the last time. I'm pretty sure I just did things wrong, so hopefully next time when I do it, you know, I can kind of get a little fee assistance. And then there is another way to get the cost down, which is just scholarships, donations, and any way you can just get creative to get money. Definitely do it. I'm definitely gonna do that for the next time I apply because that is a lot of money to be spending. Like, it's too much money. Even if it's $100, baby, I'm gonna take it. So if you wanna fund my medical school application process, I will leave my Cash App down below. But once you get all your ducks in a row, it's time to submit, and it's an exciting time. So just make sure you stay organized. But once you submit your application, the AMCAS will give you updates about it. Usually the earlier you submit, the faster you'll get the approval, or at least some error corrections on what you need to fix on your application. I submitted mine, let me go back. It was a week after. I did a week after, and I heard back from AMCAS around like July 2nd through the 3rd or something like that. I was actually on a family, I was going to my family reunion for the 4th of July, and so I heard about it around then, and they gave me a error correction about one of my transcripts. And then once I fixed that, it took literally a couple days for them to approve it. So AMCAS has a phone service that you can call during the week, and you can call and ask any question that you have. They're super duper helpful. The times that they're available are on the AMCAS website. So again, check AMCAS. Have AMCAS website saved on your computer so you can quickly get to it. Have a phone service is very helpful, but take it with a grain of salt. Double, triple check every single time. But once you have everything submitted, everything is smooth sailing, you will do great when secondary start rolling in. But that will be the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I have. If you have any more questions for me, please leave them down below. If you have any tips and tricks for primaries, leave it down below. I want to build a community of pre-med students, or even just anybody looking to be in grad school and you find this helpful. Leave it down below. Any encouraging words, it's very helpful. I hope you guys like this video, and I will talk to you guys in part 2, which will be all about secondaries. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. And also, side note, anyone who is applying during the 2023 through 2024 cycle, congratulations. As long as you put 110% into everything that you do, the admissions committee will do the rest, and you will get that acceptance letter. Anyway, bye.